Just what you said. I think the fight to come back won in that third quarter, then the ability to sustain that effort defensively more than anything. You know, that 21-point fourth quarter down the stretch, holding them, you know, without scoring, I think is big for this group and just shows the toughness, resiliency, and fight that they continue to have no matter what's going on in the game.
What impact did you notice that Gary Harris had on tonight?
Gary was big time, and it's the craziest part about it, he was not feeling well right before the game. And so that just tells you the care he has for this team to want to do the right thing in those moments. That steal at the end of the game, and I just told those guys in the locker room what he was feeling like prior to the game. And for him to come off of not only playing a 7 or 8 minutes last night to play 30 tonight and to come up with a big-time steal at the end of the game is big for us. I mean, those are the little things that don't always get noticed, but he did a heck of a job tonight for us.
Your bench unit as a whole gave you a big lift. How big is that, especially on the second night of the back-to-back on the road?
By committee. I think that's we always talk about it. We haven't said it in a while, but that's the key with this group is by committee. Anybody that gets their moment to step in the game, you step in, you play hard, you work the right way, you play the right way, and, you know, again, continue to play magic basketball down the stretch.
Paolo's on a heck of a tear. His fourth straight game with over 30, putting him in rare company in Magic history. Just what does that continue to say about that young man?
Trying to find the right ways to lead this team to wins. Whatever it takes in these moments. His ability to find guys, reading the defense, understanding when to attack the basket, when to find and spray. But again, it started for us being able to get stops to get out and run, and that was a big point of him getting to those easy baskets early on.
Talked about how important this game would be in terms of standings. We saw it last year. For your group to rise to that occasion tonight and realize that importance, how big is that?
Growth. I think it's a big-time level of growth and maturity in a group that understands the importance of each and every single game. And we talked about each game being like a playoff game. No matter who's in, no matter who plays, every time you step on that floor, it's how we're playing. We're treating it like a playoff game each time we step on the floor.
Lastly, your group will now return home for 3 straight home games.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that was. And how welcome will it be to have an extended stretch of the Kia Center?
We say it all the time. We've said it all the time as a group. This crowd, the fans, the community, what they mean to us, and how they get behind us in these moments as we make this playoff push is very big. And I think that's going to have great energy in that building as soon as we get back home for these 3 straight.
Paolo, your group held them scoreless over the final 2 minutes. What do you like about your group's ability to lock down, defend, and secure the win tonight?
Yeah, I give all the credit to the guards, AB, Gary. They're applying tremendous ball pressure in the fourth quarter. Melo, he started to make some shots, and they just did a great job of, not letting them get comfortable, even though he was making some tough shots. Just keep applying the same amount of pressure, and eventually it started to turn them over and kind of flip the game.
You mentioned a few of those guys, but you got production up and down the bench tonight. And those guys are helping you out, especially on the second night of a back-to-back on the road. How much does that help this group?
Yeah, it's just a huge boost. We knew this was not going to be an easy game, despite their record and what they've done this season. I feel like every year I've been in the NBA, we come to Charlotte like at some point in March, and it's always a tough game. And last year we came here around the same time when we lost, so we knew that it wasn't going to be easy no matter who was out there. And so just was a huge team effort, to come here after a big win at home last night and get this win on a back-to-back.
You just touched on it last year in this situation. You lost a game that perhaps cost you in the postseason standings.
Yeah.
This year, where you're also fighting for playoff position, you come up with a win. How much does that show the growth mindset of this group?
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset of us realizing that, we can't take any games off. We can't just give any games away. We have to try and win every game, up to the end of the season, just to put ourselves in the best possible position. So I think everybody has that, understood, and I think tonight was just a good example of guys, being locked in all 48 minutes.
Feels like saying this to you after every game, but another 30-point performance for you, putting you in rare Magic company as players who've done it for 4 straight games. Just how are you feeling out there, and what are you currently seeing out there on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling good. Like I said, I feel like, I'm feeling a lot better physically. I'm in shape. I can run a lot faster, a lot longer, not getting tired as quick. And so it's just, helping the rest of my game. When I have wind and I'm not tired, I can do anything. So just trying to play confident, make the right plays, be aggressive when I need to. And, I'm playing some good basketball right now. So just want to keep it up.
Lastly, you guys will now return home for 3 straight games to the Kia Center. Been a while since we've been able to say that. How big can that stretch be for your group?
It could be really big. We got 3 Western Conference teams coming in, 3 teams that are all in the playoff race. So they're going to be looking to get a win, each one of those teams. So got to be dialed in, focused, because those aren't going to be easy games with me against good teams. And I'm just excited for the challenge.
Your group held them scoreless over the final 2 minutes. What did you like about your team's ability to stop them down the stretch and secure the game?
Just how aggressive we were on defense. Even though we were tired, it was a long game. There's a lot of calls. Game was didn't have much flow, but I think we just did a good job staying with it and pushing through our fatigue, and just being super competitive in the last 2 and really just the second half.
I know I asked you out there, but again, what impact did Gary Harris have on the game for tonight?
A lot. His defense is something that you probably wouldn't know unless you looked into it, but it's just one of our best guard defenders. His activity, he picks up the ball full court, gets clutch rebounds, and obviously he's a knockdown shooter. So all those things are huge to us, and then he's just a really good veteran leader. So it's just good for us on the court.
How did you guys want to change what was going on from the third quarter to the fourth? What was the message in the game plan of what you guys wanted to do?
Just tightening up our defense. I think, we were giving up a couple of transition looks really all game up until that point in the third quarter where we kind of flipped the switch. So just turning up our defense, finishing possessions, and then, trying to get to the rim. We fell into a lot of threes early on in the half, and we did a good job getting to the rim.
Maybe, the importance of bench unit can have, but for your group as a whole to step up, second night of a back-to-back on the road, how uplifting can that be in that particular situation especially?
That's our job, is to complement the first unit and make sure there's no drop off in energy when they come out the game. So it's just something we take pride in. We feel like we got the best bench in the league, so we got to come out and prove it every night. Just turn up the defense and then play super fast on offense.
Paolo had his 4th straight game of 30-plus points, putting him in rare company in Magic history. As a teammate, just how impressive is it from what you've seen?
Super impressive. Some of the shots he's able to make out there, some of the moves he's able to do at his size, it's just unheard of. He just has a crazy blend of strength and skill. So I think it makes it extremely hard to guard him without, just fouling him or just giving him an open shot, which is 2 bad ideas. So 430 balls in a row, leading the wins, and he's making his teammates better too, so that's a special player.
And lastly, this time last year, your group dropped a tough game in Charlotte that perhaps cost you in the playoff standings. As you're fighting for postseason positioning for your group to come up with this win tonight, what does it say about the growth?
It's just so much growth, in a lot of areas. I think one of them just being a back-to-back. It was times where you could tell our team was tired, in timeouts or out there on the court, but I feel like everybody just pushed through it tonight. And we know how much we needed this win. Obviously, we remember dropping the one last year, so it was just a good job of the team staying locked in and getting it done.